Yes, welcome back, and sorry for that technical hitch. And for our viewers who they watch us for at least for Go TV channel 98, if they watch us for Star Times channel 195, they watch us for My TV channel 70, they watch us for Free to Air channel 57, or if you're one of those people they do DSTV channel 259, we don't carry that program coming our way as it hold that political program with the sunshine now with issues that happen for our Bodo Nigeria, and then we'll get three interesting stories. But before we also at least launch into these stories, make we also introduce our guests then for us. We'll get two Kajad people, and they always call them Kajad because they see them as leaders of tomorrow. Even though they don't mature actually, but still now people will say if you see them, you hear them talk, you will know say these people get them prosper and they get also a lot to offer to the country. At my far right now, Jumoke Iji, now somebody will be at least that we don't see her for this program a couple of times. Jumoke, you're welcome to Ask Ide Hot.
Thank you very much.
And the person is very close to me, my guy, if I could really use the word my guy, and now also a presenter as well, and a colleague, Bernard Akede. Bernard, you're welcome to Ask Ide Hot.
Thank you, Kubi. But next month they put some kind of cola next time if they come.
Well, we never for once get cola for this table.
You go start from one day.
Tell the management. We could go straight into the stories we will get for now. And at least the first story we will get for now, story where we say at least he break record yesterday, because if I thought say break record, now more like such way we say everybody talk about it towards the yesterday evening, and that one got to do with the declaration where Oga President don't declare. And with this declaration, the president himself don't declare June 12th as Democracy Day. That is officially June 12th. From this moment on, it will be Democracy Day. And Democracy Day we will obviously know about. Now that we will just celebrate finish will be May 29. But the way to come prompt this particular new change. If we also feel recall, at least 25 years ago, when we hold one particular election, one of the most fairest elections we don't hold in the history of this country, we can also get a particular winner where emerged from that election, the late Chief Moshood Abiola. We win for that particular election. We be say they can't later do it. They can't later cancel the military people within in charge. They can't cancel the election. As a result of that, the matter can actually raise a lot of issues. We be say people, agitators, Nigerians at large, come out, can't say no. We have to ensure, say, we put this thing for our calendar. We have to ensure, say, at least this individual will die for the sake of democracy. He is being remembered. And finally, after 25 years, the president don't finally do it. Don't at least honor the late Moshood Abiola with at least with one of the highest honor as well. That is the GCFR. Beside him as well, and that person will also honor a running mate for that same election. And who they talk about? We talk about Alhaji Babagana Kinjibe, will be the late Moshood Abiola running mate. And that person, and that big person, the president also recognize now everybody in that household name, and the late Gani Fawemi will be activist, strong activist. We say at least we see in work when he's there alive, and the kind of work that is activist and work we carry out. This one got to do with at least the declaration after 25 years. The declaration where Oga President don't declare, where we say don't make at least June 12th at least Democracy Day. And from that one, the next story got to do with federal government don't also do it. Don't also look the issue of maternity. And when I mean maternity, that is our mothers them where they do it in, where they give birth. They also further extend their leave. Previously, we know say yes, the duration where they give them before now 3 months, but the federal government don't come increase maternity leave from 3 months. Can add extra jara month, put on. Don't finally make them 4 months. And who they talk this one? Who declared this one? Now the Minister of Labor and Employment will be Senator Chris Ngige. Now he come and can't talk this thing for one particular gathering where they gather. And apart from that, in also trying to celebrate labor, in also trying to celebrate a particular event, he look and say, look, it is also time for at least for people where we say where they work, to also see essence of say, okay, you work, you also rest, and not just working for your entire life. That period where you supposed to rest, maybe maternity period after you don't born, make you give yourself that same break as well, make you rest. And for that reason, they can add extra 1 month. Join the previous 3 months where them be get officially. And my final story get to do with Nigerian this thing. The Nigerian government don't do it. Don't look the HND and don't actually scrap HND certificate, and they can also bring in new policies. And looking at these policies, that's something we'll go further look into, because now needs will be just a drop, and we'll further look into these new policies, and also at least know whether this particular step where the government don't take in scrapping of HND, whether that's something we say it did good for our country. So far so good. These are the stories we'll get further. Without wasting time, make we enter into the issues that our guests with for students, so that at least also fit follow the argument. And when that time for us to also get at least giving us the license to also call in and contribute, now we'll also contribute. We'll go here on our own side of the argument. Bernard, you're welcome. Jumoke, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, yesterday we see waiting happen, and we see the declaration where the president make, and we declare June 12th as officially this time around as Democracy Day. And if we also look over time, we don't actually see a lot of argument from, if I go restrict and say, okay, a lot of Nigerians who don't agitate, say, let us infuse this particular date, this memorable date, this historical date inside our calendar, inside our national calendar. And besides just that, we know say this particular calendar don't exist for the Southwest, at least in some states for the Southwest, then they remember them. Looking at this particular measure, this step where the president don't take, a lot of people don't also question, perhaps, don't question the motive where they behind this particular step. The question why I would first ask, should this particular move or this particular declaration, should it come at a right time?
Thank you, sir, you asked this question. Now, we don't just, in fact, we just discussed this particular matter for radio now. And the thing is, of course, everybody is happy say Oga President don't eventually declare June 12th as Democracy Day. But not the declaration I released with people for body. For the fact, say, he don't honor the late Chief MKO Abiola with national honors at the highest national honors in the land, that's GCFR. And then running mate too, he don't give him honors. And of course, Ganifa Waimi SAN, he too don't receive honors. But now, as you be asked, say, did this come at the right time? Now, I'm not forget, say, the president may get the first year when he run as president in Noduam. Second year as president in Noduam. Now, the third year when he run as president, and you don't the near election period. Now, he can't be like, say, he do this thing with some kind of motive for mind. Some people say, we they happy, say, he don't do this thing, a good thing. Because, of course, Chief MK Wabiola and a person we're supposed to remember. Because he really in life down for democracy. And like you rightly said, that election, now the freest and the fairest election we don't get for Nigeria, based on record. You know, based on record. So, this one now is in the comment about this time. They get some people, they argue, say, you know, say sometimes, if they play card, when you come like say the game done they had, you come on one joker, play him, see whether you go fit win. If you know work, you come on another joker, play him, so that if he win. If you know work, you come on hold on, you come on suspension, you come on last card, all those kind of things. Some people they complain, they talk, say our president they play some of in joker cards now, and one of them now this declaration of June 12th as public holiday. Say not be only him by himself, people might come out and say it is the right time to do this. But maybe they get some people where they are and we say okay, oh, things don't they heat up, and we know say they get close to election time. And what can we do to appease the people we don't they vex? So one of the things we do now to give them one of the things what they clamor for. What do they clamor for? Some people they talk say June 12th, Oga Abiola will die. Something needs to be done in remembrance of him. And now, Oga President don't decide saying go make June 12th public holiday. We like public holiday, a better thing. Say go make a holiday and he go make the new Democracy Day. But don't forget, say we just celebrate Democracy Day like less than 2 weeks ago.
Just
you know.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
So again, the question still begs: what did happen? Why we not decide say we go do this one some weeks before May 29? Why did not decide to do this one some months before May 29? Why did not decide to do this one some years before this particular May 29?
Well, Jumoke, we don't actually hear at least Bernard's angle of this particular story. Quickly, make also get your own view on this thing. In as much as we know, say yes, there are a slight differences. Say okay, this particular move now. There is a particular motive where they behind them. But Shane also think say somehow at least. This same, we will call him legend for Nigeria because at least the fact say he stand for what he believe in, he stand for democracy, and then the fact say yes, we need to practice democracy at that point in time. She, you know, also think say at least the late Moshood Abiola deserve what he gets.
Well, as far as me are they concerned, we will go talk say this is historical. For the last how many years, over 20 years, they suppose don't even honor this man, but they no look inside at all. The last dispensation we go, the last political party we do their own. For how many years? Yoruba man they deal, but he no even think say I suppose honor this person.
Yes.
You know we at fight for our democracy. So me, as far as me are they concerned, I don't want me could they look and left or right. Moko appreciate that gesture as a wonderful gesture. Mo see am say, okay, oh, this person really won't give honor to whom honor is due. Moko appreciate them. And as far as I dey concerned, really, I don't believe say public holiday if make us change our mind for who we go vote for.
Okay, okay.
I no believe say just one day of say moku no go work, moku dey chill for house. Make us can't change mind say we won't vote for this particular person. I believe say all of us as citizens we get who we won't vote for our mind, and we know wetin we dey look out for. So until those people or that person give us wetin we dey look out for, until we dey convinced, all this kind of thing, enough really convince us.
But if I go further stretch, we see a similar case we actually play out in the last government, where our former president also, in trying to also celebrate the late Moshood Abiola, can't say, okay, in go turn the University of Lagos to Moshood Abiola University. And then if we look that measure or perhaps that step, and then we'll probably see the aftermath of that particular declaration, because even though we know, say, some agitation, they say he deserved more than that. But somehow, she knows say this particular bigger event, or perhaps this bigger honor we don't give her, go perhaps change the mindset of some individuals or probably some particular people we believe in this particular movement we don't come so far, or perhaps, you understand, change their mindset, say, okay, for this thing you have, for this singular thing you have done, let us.
Well, you know, say they name one school, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic for Ogun State. That one no mean say some people know they support the ruling party. That one no mean say some people know they support the opposing party. Everybody still get their choice, really. So say that they change name, say that they give this thing. It don't really matter because we know what we want and we know they settle for less.
We know they settle for less. Bernard.
Well, I would like when we go back. I thank God say you mentioned that particular example. In fact, it didn't skip my mind. Now, you know, if we go back, look the timing where we got the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, Jonathan, when he been tried to change the University of Lagos to Moshood MKO University. You know, you also say it be like say in they find something, and you know, to gain the hearts and to win the interest of a certain group of people, and make you use time honor this man. Look for something where we say, because see that's what that's what happen with this. If they get one particular place, maybe they get one river for a village, and that river people don't neglect the river. Now one man won't come out as to contest as local government chairman for that place. In can look say people they go this river. Make I use this river, take traps on people. What say you can't do? You will come begin to plant flower around the river, come turn the place to tourist sites, come begin to put people where they sell market, so that the river go there beautiful. People will say, ah, this governor or this local government chairman don't try. This is our river where we love so much. It don't decorate the place so that people will begin to go there. We supposed to give a better hand. No, it resembles the same kind of thing where our leaders they do. And then why it can't be say, you know, as you say why it be say 2 different times would they use the same man, Chief MKO Abiola, strategically for democracy. Strategically for democracy. Why they don't honor him for something else? And the first time you don't work, of course. So if you don't work for you the first time, the next person go think, say, okay, make I try another strategy, but still on the same man. Because this is an avenue to cash out democratically, you know, democratically on. Don't be say cash out with money, but to score, as Chukudi go talk, cheap political points. You know, basically, so that's what it be. But unfortunately, the people that time open their eyes say, no. Say, if I thought you want to honor this man, not be to change the name of University of Lagos. University of Lagos is bigger than any individual, with all due respect to Chief MKO Abiola. So everybody been complaining, that one no work. Now, of course, conferring national honors on the man is a very wonderful thing. But say you can't remove Democracy Day from May 29 to... Because I'll give you an example. Now, the person who even carry us come up for military rule to democracy, that's talking about General Abdulsalam Abubakar.
Yeah.
He eye dey open, no be say he eye no dey open, no be say he no know wetin dey happen. He could have automatically talk say yes, we don enter democracy May 29, no, but they get somebody wey die on June 12, make we make that particular day. May 29 and June 12, it's not far. Oyibo go say it's a stone throw away. If you throw stone from May 29, you go land on top June 12. You know, so it's not far away at all. If for decide say he go do am, he no do am. Chief MKO Abiola dey there, when you mention say na Yoruba man. If for decide say he go do am, he no do am. Goodluck Jonathan bin dey there. Instead for decide say he go do am, he no do am. Oga Buhari don enter first year, he no do am. Second year, he no do am. Third year, election come dey come. Haba, Mona look at now.
Anyway, make we no actually dwell much on this particular because we'll get other stories we'll also need to quickly look at as well. And before we open our phone lines to our viewers, make them also call in. And then the next story we'll also get to do with the federal government. We don't do it. We don't look at least maternity leave. Look, say, It be like say these 3 months where they normally give our parents, our mama and papa who just born pikin, and you understand, because since men don't they included in the whole thing itself, make we do it, make we add 1 more month to them, so that at least we will not see yes, they will get enough time to at least get themselves back and feel resume any official assignment where they do. But if we also look at 3 months, fine, awesome, and then 1 month added to it now. We they see systems where somehow this particular activity or this particular move get backfire in some organizations. And one of the major issues one of the major things with the federal government in this case don't raise, say, okay, if there are cases where maybe because of your maternity action, they can't probably say make you waka or make you do this thing, they don't advise for legal actions. How much of these particular legal actions we don't see over time? And say we also fit talk, say our women, in as much as they deserve this particular additional this thing, say we go talk, say then get that capacity or that strength to say, okay, we truly deserve this. In the absence of not giving us this, see the kind of actions or leg we will go carry.
Well, from the way me I see I believe say this move, very nice move.
Okay.
You know, say in our economy now, as man they work, now so woman they work. Both hands needs to be joined together for the whole family to move forward. So not be said the woman go born pikin, they house they chill. No. The maternity leave, it dey important because not be small work woman they do when woman go born pikin. Then after him born the pikin, remember say the pikin na newborn baby, they fragile. So you need to give that child enough attention and care, so that pikin go grow up healthy. Because you know children, they are the future. So if the pikin not there healthy, wetin will happen to the family? But concerning that case where you talk of, say, even the 3 months where then they give, some women go maternity leave, they no go come back, come work. It is true. Because I don't hear of a case for my friend, we say, the woman go maternity leave, now from there they sack am. The couple away, they work under am. They just push down and say, shebi you don't they learn work. Oh yeah, they do the work. But not the way the woman fit to. Because the funny thing is, they say most of us, we know they enlightened. We don't know, say, even we get the office of the public defender. People will be saying they fit defend you even though you don't have the resources. But you do on your rights. We don't know. So I believe, say, then they're supposed to do like awareness. Maybe people will not get the resources to afford defenders, high-class defenders and all of that. Make them they go those offices to, fight for their right. Because you know their rights. You know, be say you go live, go sleep for house. In fact, as far as me are they concerned, now national duty you see they do. Yeah. Because you are still taking care of the generation. Tomorrow's generation. So why then go sack you because of that?
Anyway, I understand. Bernard, in as much as we know, say yes, this particular move, this particular addition, now something we say a lot of people go there happy. But we also probably relate with our society, our country, our nation, and our economic strength, and the fact say, okay, people, if I employ you, I employ you to come give me services, and then in your absence, I probably lose out. You understand? Say, looking at our industries and our institutions, say if you say this particular thing, the actions where some of these people they take, and no be that in training also things say maybe the reason why they take this action now because of say, look, the available workforce, I mean, their workforce no day to probably fill up that particular position where this person don't leave, or maybe because of say they cannot afford to probably contain or pay you when it be say the economy itself no give that lever to fit and ensure say we'll get this thing done.
Very true. You see the unfortunate thing where they say, of course, like they say in O-level economics or in regular economics, look, if the economy of a particular, the economy na the main structure of a particular country, if the economy no dey function well, all other sectors of the country to no go function well. Now, you see the economy dey function well, and person say in one go leave, and you go fit one way or the other, it affects that kind of thing because you go either say you want to employ somebody on the interim, where you pay the person like an intern, we go they do the work, or this person you go afford to pay him for the number of period where they go on leave without without feeling the impact on the company. There are some countries where we say the economy they good, they give women 1 year leave, maternity leave. They get some countries where they give women 6 months leave. Some they give them 9 months leave. I'm well aware of this. But unfortunately in Nigeria, truly, even though giving women elongated leave, because the guys like Jumoke been talk, she's a woman, so she goes, no. As you been talk, say to take care of pikin, no be small thing, and a national duty, I agree for you. I agree, say a national duty. You take care of the pikin, the child na fresh, newborn baby, very fragile, need care and attention. So the mother need to stay with the baby for as long as possible. But the mother not forget, say, the mother they work for somewhere, and except if that she get the company, the person will get the company to go, they look in your pocket, in or her, now businessman or businesswoman, we want to make sure, say, instead of go cash out. And as long as they pay you salary, you go won't get returns on top of what they pay you for. But then it to say the economy they better than what we witness right now. And many people go allow, they go fit allow their staff to go for maternity leave without feeling so much of the pinch of the economy on top of them. But now, the only thing we go happen is say, as long as the federal government don't agree, then so it go be. Not just for government establishment, but also for private establishments as well. They're going to need to really chook into this matter because, of course, we know, say, they will get some kind of private establishments we no go one agree. Already, as you been talk, they get some kind of establishment where we say people will go on maternity leave. From there, they will tell and say, thank you, not come back, But now the government will really need to enforce this particular one if they don't make sure say it will work. And then Office of the Public Public Defender will also there. They're going to need to also enlighten more people. Say you get this office where you fit, forward your complaint to, just in case this particular right has been infringed upon. But then again, I feel for the private establishments as well, because for many mushroom companies, many upcoming organizations where their staff strength they very very small, they struggle to pay their staff based on the people where they get. If one person can come out, imagine say 3 people in a company of say 15 or 10 staff get pregnant at the same time and they can't go maternity leave for 4 straight months. What do you feel will happen to that organization?
Anyway, Sha, well, I understand the whole concept of this particular thing. And if we also probably go further stretch this particular matter, we could also perhaps look at from this angle. We understand the fact, say yes, we understand the fact, say yes, at least the issue of maternity now something we say we're not supposed to take place. The issue of say parents, I mean a mother giving birth, now something we not also fit supposed to take place. But in all sincerity, and bringing it down to Nigeria, I still want to further ask this question. Shall we get that capacity once again to say, yes, we feel defend our rights? Because it is one thing for a minister to come out and say, okay, look at the laws, follow this line of laws. And we don't see laws where we say, even if you follow them, we'll still get anything from them. You understand? So, but then, don't you also think perhaps that there should probably be some level of partnership between the government and the parastatals so that they go feel know as the better ways where we see at least we go feel benefit workers so that make no job say they put out laws and then companies or parastatals know they're comfortable with them. She notice say maybe some form of partnership suppose also feel play out. We go feel ensure say this kind of things work out much better.
And well, partnership suppose dey. But as we know, in a bureaucratic system, then they always slow things down before they go do this law where they make now. Before they go actually begin to even implement themselves, you go take. Talk less before they begin to draw the pros and cons. Say okay, now like this you go there, now like this you suppose dey. We know say you go take. So this one now just preamble. And we know say not just preamble. We don't dey happy already, but we are waiting for the implementation. And of course, yes, partnership suppose dey. I dey sure say go really too hard for government parastatals, government workers to enjoy these things. But like Bernard talk, now people where they work for multinationals, for private companies, now them go need to fashion out how them go fit they enjoy these things. And that one now HR fit do am.
HR. HR, okay, no wala. Make we go straight to the third story we will get for now. And then this third story, I will take my time, read them out for now, so that I go fit understand the context of what thing we step into right now. So that make it not be say, because the educational system for Nigeria would always question them. And with this particular move, well, at least I also want to get my own opinion. Whether now a move at a right time or something we say we need to further look before we go say we take one kind of decision. From what we hear, at least Nigerian government don't do it, don't scrap HND certificate, and they don't make new rules for waiting for polytechnics. And we come to hear say at least Nigerian government don't scrap off and this thing. And the decision the way they take at least so they take for Federal Executive Council on Wednesday, where the approval of a comprehensive reform of Nigeria's tertiary education system was made. In effect, they can't at least they can't award. They say the award of HND will be limited to only the students currently admitted for the programs. Also, all the programs currently being run by the polytechnics, which are not technology based and which are about which are not technology based and which are about 70% will be scrapped. You understand? Will be scrapped. And they come for that talk say at least say under the new rule, the polytechnic will now become campuses of the proximate universities, with the vice chancellors of those universities appointing provost for the polytechnics. I say subject to the ratification of at least to the ratification of the university councils. Therefore, they come for that talk say the polytechnics will now be limited to the national diploma, that is ND, while those desirous of further education will be awarded Bachelor of Technology, that's BTech, by the proximate university. We don't see all these things. But there's just that we've actually been having this long tussle about I would call it discrimination, or you understand where they between university graduates and also polytechnic graduates. But before I go do it, before I go on further establish that particular thing and ask my question, we'll get our first caller. Good evening, welcome to us in the Hot.
Good evening, Kobe. My 4 youth in the house.
Good evening. Madam Josephine. Good evening. You talk to us. Good evening.
Okay, I just want to talk on the first and the second topic.
Okay.
Like my brother there, Mr. Benjamin, has said, I think this regime are playing a real card with us. But like she says again, a day holiday will not change our vote. Because just recently we had the not too young to run bill passed, which I've been advocating for long. We have now Abiola being given the highest order in our country, which is good. We are not saying it's bad, but it's coming at the wrong time, the wrong timing. Thirdly, again, we have the women. You are talking about increasing the maternity. I'm a mother. But how many, let's be sincere to ourselves, how many mothers can stay 4 months at home without doing anything? With the hustle, 18,000 naira. Some of them, when they are working under the federal, under the government, they still have their little business doing. We are not talking about maternity leave. Make our experts work for us. Put implementation that will make the mothers happy. We are not talking about the holiday. Good countries with good policy give 1 year, 6 months, and they are paying them good money. Is that after spending 4 months or so and I'm coming to collect the miserable 18,000? No. We want policy that will change lives. We want policy that will put food on the table of the poor man. We want policy that will make our education work. That is what we want. 2019, everybody should look and shine their eye and get your PVC ready.
Thank you very, very much, Madam Josephine. We don't hear your own point on these issues. We'll collect another call from Monday. Monday, good evening. Welcome to us in the Hot.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah.
How are you?
Fine.
I want to contribute to this, the thing when they just bring, when Oga Presido bring out, when he tell the whole Nigerians. My contribution be this. If true, genuinely say Oga Presido, something not there under him, make him let Nigerians know say the thing when he do so, now from his heart, make the Gazeta now, make Kinjibe feel alive. Make the honor Kinjibe before the eyes of all Nigerians say the man is now to be known and called former vice president. Then MK Abiola, his name will go in there as former president. So that anytime that they read the history of Nigeria, Abiola will come as a former president, even though he not rule for 1 day. Because it is adjudged the free and fair election, and they declare him winner. And because of this, I want to tell Oga Presido, say, though with the suspect, say something they under it. But however, to move on forward one step ahead, make him make announcement again to the Nigerian populace and tell us, say, from today onward, though, Chief M.K. Abiola is now to be known and called former president of Nigeria. And then all entitlement and salary accrued to him for 25 years to be given to his family. And then Kingibe is still alive. They should do the same thing to that person.
Oga Monday, thank you very, very much for your contribution. Well, make we actually, we don't see, at least we don't see the award and the declaration where Oga Presido don't make. If Oga Presido go on further make anything, we pass this one, we go to watch. But at least it would also talk, say, in the history of this country, so far so good, at least there ain't be one leader we don't do anything. Don't carry the step to say, make we honor this man. We actually will stand for democracy when he do it, when he be there alive. So back to our question and the reformation we play out for this thing, for this educational stuff. And the question I was going to ask, we say, we know the toss where they play out between polytechnics and universities, some form of this thing, I will call it discrimination, where we say at least they will talk, say, look, anybody, you know, if they compare universities with polytechnics, say there is that discrepancy, there is that big gap where they between them. But looking at what we don't see now from the minister of from the federal government, it is say this particular move where the federal government don't do. So okay, make we restrict ND to say ND now see in our own position. Anybody they go further, we will give now the title of say okay, now get BA at least BA this that's Bachelor of Technology for now added to your certificate. So it is say this particular movement could probably settle or resolve this that crisis where they between these
you not change anything. If you ask me, you not change anything. The disagreement between university and polytechnic still there. In fact, no, between the people who don't set this up already still there. And this one just we just give a different name. That polytechnic, that's polytechnic, they just give a different name. Now, going by what you read there, now the polytechnic, now the university of the what is they call it? What is the English way they use there? Say the university will be the proximate university. The vice chancellor now he go choose the now he go appoint the rector of that provost of that polytechnic. Meaning say the polytechnic still the junior to the university. So now the organ of the university now go still choose you. Come on. Now the same thing still they do.
But should also teach at least the fact say you don't get one particular attachment, one extra attachment added to your certificate. And the fact say at least it is called, for instance, this award of Bachelor of Technology. It goes also fit place you on that same level without even looking at who appoints who.
But then the question is say, if they want make university graduates get Bachelor of Technology, make them get Bachelor of Technology. Why they can't attach them to university? What is the point for attaching them to university? If you want to make them stand alone, make sure they stand alone. Give them all the facilities, give them all the autonomy, give them everything where they go need to stand alone. Give them everything where they go need to be like university, even though we won't call them university. Then change the results where they go get. Instead of calling an HND, call them still the same BTech, the same Bachelor of Technology. Must they fall under university before they become before you get Bachelor of Technology? Now my question be that, because this is what you don't do, at the end they go still come out, the graduates go still come out, they will go for youth service. You go see they go say, graduates of university come this side, graduates of polytechnic come this side. It go still they happen. They go begin to find work, they go see BSc come here, BTech come here. Before now BSc come here, HND come here. Now BSc, BTech, now still the same thing we do. If our Ministry of Education really wants to settle this matter, maybe they know say whether you go university or you go polytechnic, say the difference not today. In fact, difference not supposed to. Because look, although there are no statistical analysis to prove this, but we get some graduates of polytechnics where they perform.
I beg, somebody there on telephone line. Okay, fine. Good evening. Welcome to us the Hot. Hello, Ifeanyi, you there? Hello. We'll get another person there on telephone line. Good evening. Welcome to us the Hot. Hello. Good evening. I beg for our viewers. I beg. The telephone line still dey open. May I still do it. May I still they call. Make we also get our own view on them. The stories where we don't table down so far. So make complete your.
I mean, I be just around of say if our Ministry of Education don't say they want to settle this matter, then they settle and once and for all. And make the universities instead of say if you want to improve these universities, say you want to improve their degree or their certificate to Bachelor of Technology, do so, but still leave this polytechnics where then they no need to put what exactly is the what mean the rationale as we go talk behind now putting these universities under this polytechnic under the proximate university, which means say now the vice chancellor of the university now go see they indirectly
go see the conduct or call shots. Some couple of months back, and you did very much aware of this, where the Minister of Education, Alhaji Adamu Adamu, come and talk, say, look, say the rate at which our educational standard they say we need to declare a state of emergency for this particular sector. And then, I can't try imagine, so okay, we don't see a couple of moves where the in don't carry. I can't try imagine, say, okay, could this perhaps be one of the major steps in trying to address that thing we don't they rot for the educational system? I've been just say make it create some form of balance in the system, because if this is a move in trying to say you want to promote or probably further strengthen the educational system, say you say perhaps now perhaps this move go further go probably boost or encourage or probably strengthen the educational this thing for Nigeria.
Well, the way I see it, then talk say graduates not they employable. No be about the certificate where you get, not about the quality of education where they get, which is hinged on the curriculum and infrastructure. So whether the polytechnic they attached to the university or the polytechnic they stand alone, if they don't get better curriculum, if they don't get better structure and other things where they need to impact knowledge, the standard go still dey low.
Okay, I beg just pause. You will continue.
Okay.
We'll get Tony Eze. Good evening. Welcome to Stay Hot.
Good evening, Nkubi.
Yeah.
You see, when person do, I won't comment on the Buhari recognizing June 12th. When person do good thing, look, we praise and say a good thing he do.
Okay.
Some of us know the story about this June 12th. The person was supposed to adopt this June 12th now, President Olusegun Obasanjo, when he was in office. But he failed to do it because, so if you do, Abiola name go dey popular. And in order not to allow Abiola name to come out, he chose to use handing over data as a Democracy Day instead of that very June 12th. So many Nigerians have been clamoring for this June 12th since ever. And as this very president to hearken to the people's voice, recognize this very man, because without Abiola, there will be no democracy in Nigeria. So it's a right step in the right direction. Let us praise this man that he has done well. At least somebody that make effort by bringing democracy in Nigeria. That June 12th supposed to be a democracy day, not the handing over day. And I think the present president have done well, and let us praise him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oga Tony Eze. So going back to what you were saying.
As I talk, whether they join them, maybe they not join them. If their aim, they say they want to improve the standard of education, they want to make our graduates they employable. This is not the work. Because no be the certificates be the problem. Now the standard, now waiting universities they, now waiting lecturers, and now the infrastructure where the university gets, where they use impact knowledge in the undergraduate, now it matter. Although we know say discrimination the day. Some people go post adverts, go talk say BSc only, HND do not apply. We know say that one the day. But say they want improve standard of education. No be by joining or by making one subjective to the other. No be that one we want. Make them do what they're supposed to.
Okay. And then further looking at it, you said something. Make them do what they're supposed to. We of course will not say yes, we get challenges. But then if we also probably don't see a minister admitting to the fact that there's a problem somewhere. Maybe if in the history of the ministers who don't get so far, nobody don't come and talk, admit, say yes, we have a problem in our educational sector, even when it is very visible. She also say perhaps somehow, considering the fact, say some kind of change steps so you don't take, and probably including these. Now still somehow still now action way, a gradual action way will probably lead to some form of result or not. But you just chill without this thing. We'll collect this call. Good evening. Welcome to Us The Hot. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. We did hear you talk to us.
Ozume, how are you?
We did fine.
All of you now no try, only Esther try. I dey hear you.
Okay, we dey hail you.
Okay. Saudatu, good evening.
Good evening, no. How
Yeah.
are you?
Okay.
Go ahead, we dey hear you.
Anyway, we don't hear your point, Thank you very much. People say, you get one particular breeze where they blow. We know they go in line with Abuja, this thing. People say, now previous edition of As The Hot, now they show for Abuja. And that person there on telephone line, hello, good evening. Okay. So, going back to the same question, I mean, as I said, admitting to the fact that there's a problem and probably citing ways on how you want to resolve the problem. I mean, showing also listeners, we'll go probably say, okay, this is a step. Let us see where it will lead us to.
Say you admit, say there's a problem. Really, I don't think I should give you kudos for that. Now, waiting you don't do to fix the problem. It's just like person go talk, say, I know I have anger issues, but you have to accept me the way I am. So we come the one that say, okay, the admission of the facts. How you they take impact your life, how you they take and make your interaction with people better. Now you admit, say yes, there is a problem for our education sector. Our graduates know they're employable. The next step is it to begin to merge polytechnics and universities together. How that one go get good impact or effect on the employability of our graduates.
Okay, Bernard, she said something about at least how that one will listen. But if I go ask you, so far, so we know say yes. With the challenges are quite clear. Going by the actions and this decision with the Minister of Education, the federal government don't take. If you go further, probably state your own thoughts. You think say maybe somehow addressing the key problems should have been the major thing that should be looked at, or maybe still trying to highlight or spot out what the problems are before addressing it.
Me, I feel say the federal government, what did the government they try to do? We say they know say there's a how I go put that now. There's a kind of disagreement in the society where we say some people they try separate university graduates and polytechnic graduates. So to try and bridge this gap, so to speak, the government can decide, say, okay, maybe we merge the polytechnics with the universities, so that eventually the person they graduate from polytechnic, it's still like say they graduate from this particular university. But the problem now we say it's not just that the difference there between polytechnic and university. If we say the main difference we say the universities are seen as higher than the polytechnics. Now, in trying to merge them, the government still do the same thing by putting the universities by putting the polytechnics, I beg your pardon, under the universities. Even like say, they say Nkubi and Bernard, they work for the same place. So the two of them are the same. But somebody can say, but Nkubi takes time, senior Bernard for this particular work organization. So one senior, one junior. You can say, okay, maybe we bring them together so that if they go outside, they go say, and are still the same presenter than be. You can say, okay, but what you go do, we'll say Nkubi na senior presenter, Bernard na junior presenter, although two of them are presenter. You see, so we have not solved the problem. Right? Although in trying to solve the problem, it basically because they create another problem now. Basically. And then of course go to it in Jumoke talk. Excuse me. This was just one aspect of the matter. Now, coming out of the whole thing, when the graduates eventually graduate, so to speak, the question now is, are they eventually employable? And now the biggest problem we look at their curriculum, we look at the structures where they're on ground of the schools, we look at the facilities where they get, we look at the kind of lecturers where they're there, we look at the kind of funding where our universities and our polytechnics they get. Is it enough to bring out fully baked graduates? That was another issue where nobody even discussed at all.
Okay, because of say we don't get time that much, Jumoke, make I get your final reaction based on at least these stories we don't present so far. Do what we get to do with the declaration and the maternity extension from 3 months to 4 months, and this final one. Make I get your last statement on this particular story.
I want to talk. Say Muku appreciate the fact say Buhari don't do waiting others not fit do, but Muku no allow that action. Come they give us second thoughts on waiting we want to do with our PVC because our votes now are right. And now waiting you decide to do with your vote, now you will get.
And Bernard?
Yeah, well, if we talk about the maternity leave, I go say, well, na step in the right direction. Of course, people need time to take care of their children when they're born. But then again, if at all they create this kind of allowance and this kind of chance for our mothers, they must really, it's not just creating the law. Me, I always talk, say, one of the problems that we get, we say our institutions, they're very, very weak. If we bring out one particular law, make sure, say, the institutions where they on ground, we're supposed to be on ground, to make sure, say, these laws are followed to the latter, go dey on ground to do so that the women wey they give extra leave, they don't go be the ones wey go come bear the brunt of this kind of wahala. Make it not be say woman go take that particular 4 months leave, they will only pay 1 month maternity leave, they don't go pay the remaining 3. Or they will say if you go that extra 1 month, maybe you consider say you don't get the job.
But so far again. So good. So far, at least with the existing 2, at least they pay them the 3 months.
Hopefully, some they see, some no they even see collect self. So if I thought the government they create these new rules, maybe we make sure say our institutions we supposed back up, we supposed follow up these rules. They're very, very strong on ground. I
sincerely want to thank the 2 of them for at least joining us on today's edition of As It Dey Hot. At least that also give me that that support. So we say with the fact that you could know they here. At least thank you all for at least joining me and also establishing on issues where we see we concern us, we also concern our country, Nigeria. And then for our viewers who watch us right now, at least we don't end today's edition until next week. And when I mean next week, Monday to be precise, we'll go come again with another beautiful edition of an Obonga program. Make now remain blessed.
To enjoy more of these our Obonga videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.